Today's topic is about cyber safety. And I'm going to tell you a story about something that happened this weekend as an example of what I'm talking about. So, to give you a little bit of foundation before that, we are taught all our lives about safety from the moment we start crawling. We start crawling, and our parents tell us, don't touch that, that's dangerous. When we start walking, don't pull this off. When we start crossing the street, we're being taught to look at both sides of the road so we don't get hit by a car. When we start, um, I don't know, going out ourselves, we're being taught don't talk to strangers, don't take candy from strangers, don't run into a van with puppies or kittens. So we're taught about safety all our lives, and in different stages of our life, different types of safety and different levels of safety. Now, what we are never taught, because there's not enough attention to it, even though lately it became more attention is being brought to this by ISPs and other companies about their customers or their customers being scammed by scammers. So they are sending out emails how to protect yourself from scams when it's related to their brand. So if it's Rogers, how to protect yourself. If it's Shaw, if it's the banks, like every bank, they say, well, don't do this or don't give your code to people and so on. So the one thing we're not protected or not educated about is how to be cyber safe when it comes to our work. And if you're a bigger company that is the owner is aware of the importance of cybersecurity and cyber safety, they will put in the effort and they will put in the budget to bring in a cybersecurity company that will do a educational piece, teach the employees about these topics and how to protect themselves from losing credentials, stealing, like scammers stealing information from them, from the company, and so on. But most companies don't do that unless you have the right owner with the right mindset and the right budget. And these trainings are not very expensive, but still, if you're not aware and you don't have the budget, it's the worst combination. So today's video is mostly talking to consultants and coaches. However, it's relevant to everybody who sits in front of a computer. The reason I'm saying coaches and consultants is because we are the ones that are mostly doing our discovery sessions online these days since COVID, versus in the past when there was a discovery session and you were local business, you would just go to the customer and do one-on-one physically in an office. But these days it's not a thing. Most of them are being done over Zoom or Meetup or Google Meet or what other platform that is available for that kind of thing. So as consultants and coaches, we invest a lot of resources into bringing in customers through the doors. It can be, sorry, it can be marketing, it can be networking, it can be content, putting out content on social media. It can be outreach, cold outreach, warm outreach, and so on. So we put a lot of money and time and effort and energy into bringing customers. And for business owners, consultants, coaches that don't have a lot of traffic coming in, every single lead or prospect that does come in incoming versus you first reach out to them and they said, yes, I want to meet with you, you get very excited. You get very tingly everywhere. It's like, oh my God, somebody wants to work with me. Yes, let's book an appointment. And when you're no longer cautious about what's going on in your surrounding, You tend to do things without thinking, like clicking links, opening files, and saying yes to things you probably shouldn't say yes to. And I'm not talking about committing to a scope you have no business of committing to. I'm talking about like cyber safety. So here's an example of what I'm talking about. And think if that ever happened to you. And if it did, you might want to scan your computer and probably do something about it with a professional cybersecurity person company. So I got, but first I need to explain to you the journey that it took. So on Saturday, I'm getting an email from a prospect. It's a cold email to me, so I've never talked to them before, and it's important because I have no idea who it is. The email says, "Hi, my name is X. I'm interested in learning more about your business consulting. Could you please provide me an additional information about services you offer and how you operate? I would appreciate the opportunity to discuss available options and next steps at your convenience. I would love us to connect via Google Meet for a brief introduction and discussion." So far, so good. I don't do Google Meet unless I have to, but okay. So I replied to her, can you please, thank you for interest. Can you please provide me some more information about your business? Now, usually this is some of the information I collect when somebody books with me in my calendar, but because it's just an email and not a calendar appointment, I need to ask these questions. So I asked about the industry, the size, the website, and what challenges they're looking to solve. Even before I commit to doing a one-on-one with a customer or like a discovery meeting, I want to know that they're a good fit for me. I don't work with all industries. I don't work with all sizes. I want to make sure that I'm not wasting their time and they're not wasting my time when we're booking an appointment. And I like working with certain industries, certain size, income bracket, and solving a certain level of challenges or a certain scope of challenges. And if it's not in my power, like I don't do, let's say, uh, supply chain, right? So if they're in the trucking industry and their problem is supply chain, I'm probably not the best consultant for them because they're consultants that are specializing in supply chain. And I actually have a contact in my CRM that does that. I'm just not it. So I would have shut it down immediately and said, this is not a good fit. But the reply that I'm getting is, we're an existing technology and IT business. I was like, okay, I do that with a small to mid-size team. Now, that's already a little bit off to me because I asked you what is the size, and you just gave me like a generic small to mid-size team. What does that mean? They didn't provide any website. So you don't have a website, or like what's the story? Because the email came from gmail.com. Now, I am aware that some businesses, small businesses, don't have the awareness of the importance of branding and positioning and stuff like that. So I'm putting in a catalog or cataloging the fact that they're gmail.com and not a professional email domain at the back of my head as either red flag or something I need to flag in a audit that I'm doing with every business when we start working together to make sure that we tackle it as part of their positioning of the business. So maybe I need to mention it in an audit later on. So I'm just putting it in the back of my head. So the fact that they didn't give me a website, if you're small or mid-sized team, you have to have a website. There's no business with mid-sized team in the tech industry that doesn't have a website. That's already problematic. But let's assume she missed on that question. Like she missed that part of my question. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt to everybody I work with, but I still notice a lot of these things. So then she lists all the things they're looking to potentially solve, which is frankly kind of a copy paste from my website. So either I did a very good job targeting the customer, or they did very good job in copying my website as into the email as the thing that they need help with. Which is fine. I assume that I did a phenomenal job identifying the pain points of every business, which I did. Next, she says, well, we would prefer to discuss the more specific challenges, goals, and business details during our meeting so I can provide the appropriate context and answer any questions you may have. I am available, she says, I'm available Monday, 10 a.m. EST or 2 p.m. EST. Remember the EST because we'll get back to it in a second. My manager will also join us in Google Meet so we can discuss everything together. Please let me know what time works and I will arrange a Google Meet to send to you a meeting invitation. So I'm not available on Monday. Again, it's weekend, yes, so we're emailing back and forth during weekend, and I'm very busy during the weekend, so I'm kind of one eye on my phone, but I mostly I don't do too much heavy lifting during the weekend when it comes to work. Like I can answer if it's a serious prospect, which initially it seemed like it. So I'm saying Monday is very tightly packed for me, and let's aim for Tuesday or Wednesday. Here is my calendar link. And the reason I'm sharing my calendar link is I want to collect more information. And when you book with me in my calendar, I have a list of basic questions that I'm answering so I can do a little bit of research and prep work before our meeting. And secondly, I need you in my CRM. I need to have track record of our conversations so I can follow up and follow through and add notes and stuff like that. So there's no value for them to have me in their CRM other than having my phone number, which is in my email. But there is a full value for me to have them in my CRM because they're a potential customer. So she gets back to me, copy paste the exact same sentence of her availability, and the manager that will be joining the meeting, and they want to send me the invite Google Meet, like literally copy paste. Just she changed from Monday to Tuesday. And I was like, well, my calendar shows availability. Did you have any problem booking? Like, what is the story? And if you want to add the manager, you can either add them as when you book with me, because there's an option to add a guest, or you can give me their email and I will just add them to the appointment, to the scheduled appointment. Not a big deal. And then she replies again with her availability and the insistence of using their Google Meet. So at this time, I am not responding anymore. I'm too busy and I am seeing how it's going to play out. Because I said in the previous email that I have availability at 2 p.m. and you can book, just go and book. Today at 5 a.m. And I wake up at 5 a.m. So I saw the email the moment it arrived because I was trying to wake up and I was checking my phone. I got an invite to the meeting. And I'll show you how that invite looked like. And then I'm gonna mark you all the red flags. And I want you to be aware of all these red flags. And I want you to make sure you don't fall for that trap. Okay? So let me resume my share. 1 second. Resume. So this is a screenshot of the part of her invite. And I'm not sharing the entire email, because I like clicking on stuff that I talk about, and I really don't want to click on this link. So I prefer it to be a picture versus a link. And second of all is because I don't want to disclose anything else, just in case, just in case. So, red flags. First of all, if you're using Google Meet or you use Zoom or you use other platforms to book appointments, when you book inside the platform, it will send an automatic email to the person that you booked with, let's say with Marina at LetsGrowToScale.com, and you put it in the appointment as the invitee, the person you invite to the meeting. The platform will automatically send their own email with their own branding, zoom.com or zoom.us, meet.com or meet Google, whatever. But you will see it's Google, and you will see it's Zoom, and you will see it's Teams in Microsoft. You will see that it was sent from the source platform. Even if it's branded, it will still have the brand of Zoom and Google Meet and so on. It will never require you to copy the content of their invite and paste it into the body of the email. Never. Which is what they did. They copied this text and put it in the body of the email that we were exchanging, with a strong encouragement of clicking on this link at the time of the meeting. And I am not very encouraged to do so. So here are red flags. Red flag number one, that it was copy pasted into the body of the email. Flag number two, I think that Google Meet has better QA than this, where there are double space. I think that Google Meet has better QA than leaving all this white space. And by the way, if you're the scammer who would try to scam me, or you're using this this video to learn what not to do in order to be more successful at scamming, don't watch this video, because it's not for you. It's for people to be protected against you. So don't watch this video. Anyway, so back to the people that I actually want to help. So this space, not a good sign. Why would they tell you join via Windows PC? Since when Google Meet does not support iPhone or like Apple products or Android products? Like, since when it has to be Windows? Because Windows is more prone for hacks and for viruses and malware and so on. So they're strongly encouraging me to join with Windows. And then the pied de resistance, this puppy. So for the weak, not weak, for the people who don't notice this part, they will see meetgoogle.com and they will get excited that it's a legitimate Google Meet link. But in real life or real life scenario, this is the most important part, not this. What is quickmeetlink.es? I don't know. What is ES? So at 5 a.m. when I'm trying to wake up and I'm trying to figure out where am I and what I'm doing, hyper focusing on digging into a conundrum where I already know it's a scam. I already know it's not a legitimate, but I'm still curious. So I start digging and ask Google, hey, what is ES? Like, what is the extension? And it says it's España. It's Spain. Like, okay, that's weird. I don't market to Spain, but that's interesting. I guess I do provide support internationally, but I have no attempts to reach out to Spain. So that's a little bit weird. And then I ask Google, and what I'm gonna show you now, it's not the original answer, because in the original answer on my phone, it actually gave me also Reddit articles that marked this domain address as 97% scam risk and so on. So don't click on it. There was a report that somebody ran this URL, not this specific URL, but this domain address through scanning, like in cybersecurity scanning, and they had a full report about it. But the for this specific video, I just Googled it for you again. And it says, this URL is scam. Do not click it, open it, or download anything from it. So it can be fake. It is a fake meeting or a phishing link. Attackers register disposable domains using generic names like quickmeetinglinks.us to impersonate Zoom, Google Meet, or Microsoft Teams meeting. So what they're doing is the link, either the link or the file that the link is downloading can be malware, remote access, it can be a keylogger, and so on. So the moment you're, or a phishing attempt. So the moment you download it, it will ask you to maybe update your software, supposedly update, so you have to double click on it and run it, or it will ask you to install something to log into your Zoom or Google. And once you log in and you authenticate, if you have two-factor authentication, you double authenticate yourself, that's it. They have full access to your data. If it's your emails, if it's your contacts, if it's your email that they can send out on your behalf. And when that happens, you lose control over your business. It can be also, oh God, what is the word? I lost it. Ransomware, where they encrypt your hard drive, and then you need to pay ransom in order to decrypt it. It depends on your size and how much interest they have in your data and how important data is for you. If they do ransomware, they don't care about the data. They care about the fact that you care, so that they can lock up your data encrypted, and unless you decrypt it by paying to them, you have no access to it. And because you have very high sensitivity, or this is all the data of your business, you will prone to just pay up the ransom. So my goal with this video is to warn you, to make sure you don't fall into this trap of excitement of, oh my God, somebody reached out to me and they want to meet with me and they want to pay me. Don't get into this excitement trap. And I highly recommend that every single meeting that you are booking with your leads or potential customers would be booked directly with your link, with your calendar, because that way you will be fully protected. Save this, share this, and learn from this.